for a minute, and then bring you back in again and see if that improves things.
Okay.
Because Robbo's he can't hear me anyway. Don't worry about it. How's it going, everyone out there in the interwebs world? We've got Robbo today and Jeff from Detroit today.
Hello.
Can you hear me, Jeff?
No,
hello?
Can you hear Jay or not, Jeff?
I can only hear you, Robbo. I cannot hear Jay.
That's okay. I'll put myself on mute.
Don't know what goes on sometimes.
Yeah. He's muted now anyway, so.
Yeah. Now, Jay, just watch out for flying bark, all right?
I had some of that about a week ago. I could not get the damn bark off the log for the life of me. The minute I started spinning it, went flying everywhere.
Oh, yeah, some of the stuff we turn, it comes off in big strips.
Yeah.
If we can't get it off, and it just slaps you around something really bad sometimes.
Yeah. Might have been hit with a hammer.
Yeah, and it's the fluoros above the lathe cop a bit of a caning sometimes. Use a roughing gouge on it, Jay. Fiddling little thing. It's a spindle turning, so.
Yeah, I always start out with a roughing gouge.
Yeah, and there's no knots or anything in it, so.
I hate the bloody.
You hate the roughing.
I hate the bloody thing, to be honest.
Do you want me to rough
I did start out using it, and then I went back to the bowl gouge. Earlier today, I cut it open to have a look inside.
Yeah. Spindle gouge works much quicker and faster.
Spindle? Roughing?
Spindle roughing gouge, yeah.
Yeah, because I stuffed up the grind on it, and I'm not showing you. I'm just saying I stuffed up the grind on it, and it doesn't work very well anymore.
Oh, right. He's just saying that he stuffed up the grind on his spindle roughing gouge. That's why he didn't want to show me. And I'm about to say, yeah, operator error again.
Right.
Yeah, I can tell you that. But it just ends up back that way every time.
He's got more handle than the couch.
Not talking about that, you wanker.
He's sharpening up his tools at the moment, so.
Oh, okay.
I took myself off mute and you put me back on mute, you cheeky bugger.
Well, you pressed the button at the same time as I did.
Yeah. Just tell Jeff that you've got host controls, all right? So he's
Yeah. Jeff, I have host controls as well, you see. So sometimes when he we hit the button at the same time and I'm trying to take him off mute and he puts himself on mute. So.
Well,
good afternoon, you epitome of mankind, dark.
Uh-oh, look out.
I'm going to ignore that statement, dark.
You better hope Jeff can't hear him.
Yeah, Jeff's having trouble hearing. Well, he can't hear Jay. He can hear me, so I'll just put him on. I'll put Jay on mute. You coming in? Are you dark or not? I'll put a link in if you like.
I just sent a message to Bob.
Oh, yeah. There you go, dark. There's a link if you want to come in. Drop your handle a little bit, Jay. Oh, sorry, it's in the chat. You should be able to just press on that. I'll put it in private chat and see if it works.
It won't work in private chat for Dark if he's not in the stream.
That's what I thought, yeah. Just copy and paste the one that's in the comments, Dark. Oh, wait on. I'll go into YouTube.
I'm doing it.
Sorry.
I did it.
Oh, all right. How come it didn't come up for me like that? Came up about 4 pages long.
Can maybe get Jeff to go to his mic settings and see what microphone StreamYard has decided to use, or speakers or something like that, maybe.
Yeah, Jeff, can you go into settings and just see what which speakers and microphone you're using? That's because it changes them around sometimes.
Okay, well, I'm on a tablet, so it's a little different.
Yeah.
It said I'm using iPad microphone, and I'm using iPad camera, front camera, which is the one facing me.
Right. I'll just unmute Jay for a minute so to see if you can hear him. Oh, that's crazy. Now it's not allowing me to unmute you, Jay.
You've lost control?
Robbo doesn't lose control. What's going on? Maybe you don't have it clicked on the StreamYard screen.
No, what it is, I think, is you muted yourself, and it says I can't unmute a guest if they've muted themselves.
Oh.
So maybe that's it.
I'm not a guest.
No, I know.
Silly StreamYard.
Yeah, I know. How you going there, Jeff?
What's that?
How's it going?
Oh, it's going okay.
Any settings changed or anything?
No, but I'm on a tablet, so I don't get a lot of settings.
Oh, yeah.
On a PC. And quite frankly, if I had any problems with those, I wouldn't be able to hear you either. So this is an odd one. See.
Yeah, good day, Sarge.
Hello, Sarge.
How you going, Sarge?
I can hear Sarge. I'm having problems hearing Jay. He's the only one I can't hear for some reason.
I about blew my ears drums out.
Where are you, Dark? Where have you gone? Gone into the next dimension, have you? It's playing Twilight Zone tonight. StreamYard.
Yeah, in the beginning when I could hear Jay but not you, whatever he did, switch that.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
it's in the chat there, Dark. One that Jay put in. All right, wait on. I'll go into YouTube and put it in there.
That's it. Who stole Dark's account? Who's hacked it? Apparently they don't know how to use a link.
That's
So
definitely
today, Sarge, I got some plum. It's quite unusual wood. It's got like a purple just behind the bark there.
Cool. Sorry, I'm listening to two conversations.
Oh, you're right. It's all good. You got two ears. Don't everyone go quiet. Make it hard for him to hear the other person. Come on. You're right there, Sarge?
Yeah.
right. You got it now, Dark. It's in the. I'll put it in the YouTube one as well. Wait on.
I've changed my mind. You can't have it now. You can stay in the chat and type, Dark. Use your mystical powers so you don't even have to type.
Howdy, Mike. Howdy, Dark.
How you going, Mike?
G'day, Mike. I still got to send you that link to the fellow that makes those pyrography machines. I haven't done it yet. Sorry. You got the link now, Dark, or not?
Howdy, Chris.
Jesus, I don't know what's going on. G'day, Chris.
Try that.
How you going, Chris?
Try that,
Dark
Dark.
says he still hasn't got a link, and I put it into the YouTube as well.
It's not showing up on the. I see it on the live chat on YouTube on the pop out, but it's not showing up in our comments here on StreamYard.
Yeah,
So
I know. It's
put it in there.
Gone bloody crazy.
But then the ones that Jay put in there for Facebook and YouTube, it shows up in StreamYard, but doesn't show up in the live chat.
Yeah.
Or the top chat.
Come on, guys. I thought we were well rehearsed with this technology.
Well, I did too.
Apparently not.
I guess not.
Yeah, look. Yeah, see that? Can you see that? Do you see that? Can you see that? Are we there yet?
Like I said, I can see him in StreamYard, but I can't see him over here in YouTube.
No, they haven't come up in YouTube. It's crazy.
Yeah, it could just be YouTube. PooTube,
Well,
you know?
Could be.
Yeah.
No, they haven't come up.
Well, I'll fix that. Did that fix it? Did that fix it?
No,
I don't see it.
Mike says he can't.
I went to my live on YouTube and put it in the chat there.
Was that Jay that just talked?
Yeah.
I heard him.
Oh, right.
Awesome. We're getting better slowly.
How about that, Doc?
Now, if we could just get Dark in here.
I think he's just messing with us, to be honest.
He wouldn't do that.
No, of course he wouldn't.
No.
Wrong person. Sorry. There you go, Doc. You got no excuse now.
He's still saying no link.
Yeah, that's all I'm seeing over here too. I got YouTube up.
I put it up 4 times in a row.
Yeah.
What about that one? I put, oi, see this, and then the link.
Yeah, it's come up in the pop out chat from YouTube, but not in the StreamYard link. StreamYard chat.
So you can see that one then, the one that says, oi, see this.
Yeah.
So I just thought maybe I had to type something in front of the address bar before I put it in, and that worked. You've ruined it.
But it hasn't come up in the StreamYard chat. It's only on the YouTube one.
It has for me. Look, I'll even show it on the screen.
Yeah, not here.
There you go, Dark. Copy that stream link. That's the stream link you need, all right?
Aha. Here he is.
Hey. There he
Hey.
is.
Try and tell me you can't see the link. I'll fix your little red wagon.
I couldn't see it. I couldn't see it until you put that one with the comment. You see this?
Yeah.
Then
I
I
can
see.
hear him too.
You can hear me?
I can.
Yes.
We have
Hello.
I'm sorry, Jeff, that you can hear him.
I don't mind.
Hello, Dark.
What's up, you handsome figure of a man? Jay, that's an awful big piece of wood to be making a plumb bob out of.
Got to start somewhere.
I guess. Well, the wind won't be able to blow it around very much, at least.
No, usually we use clevises and eye bolts or eye nuts for plumb bobs when the wind's strong.
Some cheeky monkey muted me.
No, I didn't.
That'd be you.
Thanks for your help, Midnight, buddy. I thought maybe my YouTube was screwed up or something, you know. All I seen was my comments, and then Mike popped in. I seen his, and I thought maybe it was either my YouTube was messed up or Jay was just giving me a hard time.
What happened, Dark, right, was we were swearing at you so much, YouTube was deleting it straight away.
The YouTube police.
Oh my. Give this light up a little bit. That's better.
Well, you shouldn't tell him that we're calling in to account his reputation and his heritage, you know.
YouTube already knows all about me. They've seen some of the sexy parties. That was before they went all snowflake on everybody.
So, Dark, I haven't seen it. Have you gotten all your water stuff done?
Yeah, I already got my video out, bud.
Okay.
Check it out.
Oh, why don't I put you on full screen, Dark?
Weakness.
Oh, no. There's no stealing the limelight here. You got your video, bugger off.
It's hard to see, but it's got a bunch of shiny glitter in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's all over the house.
Actually, no. This stuff it feels like it would, but it don't come off.
Is it a spray?
No, it's hold on, I'll show you what it is. It's an acrylic. I think it's an acrylic.
Oh, I like how you did the wet look on it. That's a good idea.
Yeah. But seeing how it was for water, I thought it was, a must.
Yep.
Here it is. It's I don't know if it's acrylic or not, but
Oh, okay.
I'd say it probably is. What do you wash the brushes out in? Have a look at the instructions on the back.
Oh, you want me to read this? For real? Hold on.
He
Get out his
doesn't
magnifying glass.
He doesn't wash the brushes out, Robbo. He just chucks them out and buys new ones.
Oh, these don't even help.
I know people that do that.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I rinse them out in water.
It's acrylic then.
Well, it's acrylic then. Yeah.
Yep. And nothing wrong with that.
That right here. American's acrylic color.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's an acrylic paint.
I've seen a few people that dye their resin with acrylic paint.
No. I always wondered. I wonder what it would be like to mix them with oils, like a mineral oil.
A resin?
No, the acrylic paint.
Oh well, that's a good question. I don't know.
Jay, I gotta ask, man. What do you need a plumb bob that big for? Are you making it for like skyscrapers or?
No, he's making a vase out of it, but it's just Jay's warped sense of humour, that's all. Like, he should have put a full stop in between Plum and Bob. Plum, and then Bob, question mark after Plum, and then Bob.
Well, I thought maybe it was some kind of sick joke on Bob's expense.
No.
Speaking of Bob,
He's out of hospital, by the way.
oh, good. That's what I was going to ask. I was like, how's he doing?
Oh, that's good.
I had to ask because I chatted with him quite a bit when he was in the hospital, but I haven't heard from him since the day before yesterday. So Jay told me that he got out yesterday.
I ain't heard nothing from him since before he went to the hospital. So, because
he went in to have his eyes checked, and they found plaque in his capillaries in his eyes, which is a sign of an impending stroke.
Oh,
So they're running all kinds of tests and everything.
well, I hope he's good.
Me too.
Well, he seemed pretty good when he was in there.
Yeah. I just sent him a message. He attended our club meeting Sunday. He wasn't sure if he was going to last the whole time because he didn't have a charger for his tablet.
I was feeling kind of bad for him because, man, when I had my heart attack, man, they had me in the hospital for 3 days, and oh my God, I just about lost my mind.
Yeah, he's been there for about a week.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
Well, it looks like he ate good. He kept posting pictures of his meals.
The hospital, they feed you good, but the food portions they give you are ridiculously small. I don't know who they're trying to feed.
Oh, I don't know. The meals at the hospital in Texas, they were good sauce.
Everything.
I had a Texas pancake or a waffle for breakfast one morning.
Yeah, they pulled that sucker in on a forklift, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Now they used the sky crane because we were on the 3rd floor.
Oh yeah, okay. I understand. Yeah. Everything's bigger in Texas.
Yeah.
In 2016, when I was in the hospital, they had good size portions. They fed me well.
Maybe I just wasn't ordering enough. I
think it depends on what you're in for too. Will restrict what you can and can't have.
No, it's funny because like they told me when they're like, okay, you can order food and stuff, but it's restricted. That's what they told me. I ordered everything on there. The only thing they wouldn't let me have was pancakes.
That's weird.
Yeah, man, they let me have bacon and eggs and everything else. Dang. They wouldn't let me have pancakes.
Yeah,
so.
Bacon, the one thing you shouldn't have.
Yeah, you figured it would have been the opposite.
Right. Yeah, I didn't understand it. I even asked, I was like, why can't I have pancakes? and the lady was like, I don't know. It's just your doctor's got it on here. You can't have them. I was like,
Yeah.
all right. Maybe he just didn't like pancakes.
Maybe he didn't like you, Doc.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. I could take them or leave them, so it was all good. I do like pancakes, though. Look, Jay's even got some maple syrup.
He uses that for turning.
Oh yeah, give it that maple look.
Yeah.
Meow.
It's a good finish.
Yeah, that's Canadian resin.
Might have to stain this one purple.
Purple rain, purple rain.
That purple seems to be turning away, though.
Yeah, it does.
It's in the bark and sapwood, looks like. That's too bad.
Is that plumwood?
Yeah.
That explains the cracks.
Yeah, nearly all
Is that
fruit trees crack.
Is that
Yeah.
like apple? You're looking at the wrong way and it cracks?
Who looked at my wood? Stop it.
Oh,
There,
look at
Ain't nothing left.
Yeah, Robbo had a big swig before he came and showed you say.
that's
No, as a matter of fact, my wife brought home some pikelets the other day, and I had them for lunch yesterday. I put them. She was out, so I put them on a plate and just warmed them up nicely, and then smothered them in maple syrup and butter.
I'm telling you, doctor.
Yeah,
Midnight says, bumped into a mate today who will weld a couple of tool posts for me. Trouble is, I don't know what to make. I just know I don't like the one that comes with mini lathes.
Jay, can you just take your tool rest off for a minute and show the profile to Mike, please?
Yep.
Is that your Harbor Freight one? Oh no, that's your Robo one.
Yeah. You make that top section about 3/4 of an inch, Mike, and then bend it out. It's so as you can get over the tool rest to get into close things. So, or you can weld it up vertically from the back of the post. But I find that's the best shape to use.
What do you think of them ones that are just round bars?
They're not too bad, but you still wood turning is all physics. It's all leverage, and
Right.
it's all so your fulcrum point has to be in the right place. That's the way I put it, and you need to have space to get your fingers underneath the rest so that you can slide along it as a guide. So that's why I like the flat section in underneath there. The robust, I think it's robust. They make an excellent one. I think they call it the super rest or something like that. It's a beautiful little curve up in the thing that's really good. But if you copy the Vic Mark one or that one, that's about the right shape. The Vic Mark one. Well, the Vic Mark one was copied after mine. I told them they could use it. So, right, it's It's a 1/4 inch steel, and I just had them bent in a folder.
Like a brake?
Yeah, a brake. That's it.
Must have been one hell of a brake.
I was just thinking,
I've got companies around me that can bend 1/2 inch steel.
wow.
Oh yeah, the other remote's probably under the couch.
And don't laugh. Another thing you can use is unequal angle iron as well. Sometimes, like if you get a piece of angle iron that's 2 inches by say 3/4 of an inch, and you weld it on the 3/4 inch part, and that gives you a nice flat surface right along the edge as well. They don't look very tidy, but they work. That's just my opinion, of course.
Yeah. There's a guy
Go
I
ahead.
watch on YouTube called the Wood Whirler, and he's got a tool rest that looks like it was custom made, where it's about 8 inches long and totally flat on top, about an inch thick. It's really interesting.
That's Larry. He's kind of a grumpy old man, ain't he?
Yeah, yeah, I love him.
Yeah, he's
stops
all right.
Talking.
No music ever.
Nope, just talking.
Yeah.
We're gonna get this here sapsucker turned around.
Yeah, I was watching him for a while, and then he started putting out stuff about some kind of land buggy he was driving around, and I lost interest in that, and just haven't been back yet.
Well, he was off for about 8 weeks because he had an accident. He fell off his roof.
Oh.
And messed up his leg. Then he'd finally gotten better, and the doc had just gave him the okay to go back in the shop when he got the worst case of shingles he's ever had in his life. And he was down for another 4 weeks.
That ain't good. It's tough when you're old, you know. When you're old,
it sucks. There should be a law against it.
It really should be.
I keep saying that.
I'll go and measure it for you, Mike. Wait on. I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
That's an interesting camera angle.
Better than the one he had where he was just pointed at his crotch.
I didn't notice that one.
Yeah, I tried not to. My eyes still hurt from it. You know, Mike, I got one of those Harbor Freight tool rests too, and I like it. It's a nice little rest, but it's not long enough.
Well, you guys were talking about the bar tool rest. I've actually got one that I use a lot inside of my bowls.
Yeah.
It took me a while to get used to, though. I was getting catches like crazy at first, and but then I got the feel for it, and it actually works quite well. But I think my absolute favorite tool rest that I have, though, is my robust. It's a 9-inch with a hardened rod steel on top, but it's thin. It's not the really deep one like the other model they make.
Yeah, I need to get a new one. I mean, all I have is a little Harbor Freight lathe, and it works good for what I do. So,
a lot of people make beautiful stuff on Harbor Freight lathes.
I don't know why people give Harbor Freight such a hard time. I mean, I get it. They do have some junk tools there, but most of the tools that you go there that you actually need to use are good tools.
Yeah. Well, we had a couple years ago, we had a new wooden floor put in the whole lower level of our house. And the kid doing it was using a Harbor Freight chop saw. And I says, really? And he goes, oh, yeah, when it wears out, I just take it back and complain. They give me a new one.
Hey, Robbo.
Yeah, he's getting good square cuts, so you can't argue about that.
Right.
My sander that I got a 90-degree.
Hey, I got a message from Robert.
Sanding, and that's a Harbor Freight. And I used my first one for 5
years Robbo.
Before the gears gave out.
Yeah. Yeah, just back.
Can you see if you go to the cam and mic settings, can you see if you can access my cameras?
Hold on. All right.
I've got a Microsoft Life and it's the other one's just called a USB 2.
No, it comes up with just my settings.
Okay.
All right. I'm just going to put myself on full screen for a minute here with so that I can show Mike. All right. Right. This was the first prototype. And that angle is 30 degrees from there down to there, Mike. And that's basically an inch. And then you need an inch or two down here. You've got to be careful you don't make this part here too high. Otherwise, you can't get the tool rest down low enough to get the correct angles on the tools. This one's a bit bigger than the one Jay's got. I cut that down in the end, I think, to 3/4 of an inch. So
How often? Now that's solid steel. How often do you have to dress that?
depending on the tools I'm using, probably about once a week or so. But you got to remember, I've been using them all day too. Like
Right.
parting tools make the worst mess of most tool rests. They leave a groove in the top of them. This one, yeah, they get little. I don't know if you can see the imperfections in the top of that. This one
Yeah.
needs dressing off again.
Yep.
Yeah. You know what I found? I mean, mine's cast, so it gets chewed up quite a bit. But what I found to dress them up the best is a little diamond file.
Yeah, I just use a bastard file and run them backwards and forwards. If they get real bad, I'll take them off and put them on the lineager.
What the hell's a lineager?
Belt sander.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I said I thought when you said brake, you knew all about mechanical engineering things. So in the mechanics game, they're called lineagers. In the woodworking game, they're called belt sanders.
Well, I had never heard it called that before. So
Yeah, me neither. Yep.
here in the States, a belt sander is a belt sander.
Oh, I don't know, you bloody uneducated Yanks.
We only learn what we need.
That's right. We don't need them fancy names.
And actually, what Mike, Dick Mark do is they've welded a drill rod across the top, 1/4 inch drill rod, hardened steel.
That's what Robust does.
Oh. Thanks for that, Sarge.
Yeah.
Yep, not a problem. It was in the group chat, but we were all talking about them a minute ago, and that just came through, so I decided might as well post that too.
Well,
All right, I'll tell Jay. Got back from the VA hospital at 6:30 p.m. yesterday. They put a 30-day heart monitor on me. That was from Dr. Bob.
Yeah, he sent me a private message about probably the same time he put it in the group.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen it and replied to it. I just asked him how he was feeling.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like I said, we were all talking about it, and
Yeah, I just got it.
It didn't seem like something that just to keep to ourselves, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, and I also sent him the link too in case he gets bored.
Right. But since I got a second, I'm gonna tell y'all good night because I am wore smooth out.
All right, no worries, Sarge.
That
Good night.
rocking on that sandstone just tears the Jesus out of me.
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming in. Take it easy.
Sarge.
Take it easy, Sarge.
Right.
Night,
Yeah.
Sarge.
Good night.
Hey,
Good night.
Sarge. Sarge.
Yeah. I'm here.
Good night.
Good night.
Are you going down to watch him, are you, Dark?
While he sleeps?
Yeah.
Well, I got to give him a few minutes to get there first.
And yes, Mike, technically a lineager has a higher belt speed than a belt sander, and generally longer belts too. But it's belt sander and lineager are pretty much the same thing around here. I use them for either or.
Well, that's cool. I learned something new. That's cool. I'm never against learning.
Makes my head hurt.
Sometimes. Sometimes I think, oh, damn, that looks interesting. I think I'll check that out. And I'll look at it, and that guy will start talking. It's all Greek. Oh, definitely above my head. I got to go.
I must admit, there's a lot of times I wish I didn't know some things I do know, so because it gets me into trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
I used to work with a guy many years ago who had a PhD in French philosophy. And whenever he talked, I felt like I had to have a dictionary to understand what the hell he was saying.
Yeah.
And he always joked around about, talk about a worthless degree, But about a year after I started working with him, he got a call from the University of Washington, and they're offering him a professor tenureship, along with a house and everything.
Oh, very nice.
And that's the last I seen of him, out in Seattle.
Yeah, I think I'd be gone too.
Yeah. They read his book. He took a book on French philosophy that nobody could figure out how to translate it into English, and he figured it out. And that was his thesis for his PhD. And took a few years, but they finally recognized him. And
I've only got degrees in useless information, I'm afraid.
Yeah, that's me too. My wife calls me a warehouse of worthless knowledge.
Yeah.
I'm killer in trivia.
Yeah, that's about where I'm at too. I know just enough to say I know something.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny, the professor, as I called him and his wife, as a hobby, they liked Ukrainian dancing. They did that every Tuesday and Thursday. I said, "Are you Ukrainian?" He goes, "No, just like it." And they had the costumes and everything.
No, that's something you don't hear about a whole lot anymore. That used to be a big thing back in the 70s and early 80s was dancing. People go out dancing and, square dancing and the Polish people would do the polkas and stuff like that. But you don't hear a lot about that anymore.
No. Well,
not around here anyway.
In the late 70s, I was in the JCs and they had one of the biggest Oktoberfest in the country. Yeah, I used to work that every year.
Well, in the 70s, I was really young and lived in the woods, so I didn't hear about a whole lot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I turned 18 in 75.
I was 3 years old in 75.
Oh, wow.
Jeez.
Yeah. I just look old and distinguished.
Distinguished, huh?
Yeah. Well, hey, it's my lie. Let me spit it.
Okay. That works for me.
No, actually, this will surprise you, Dark, but I have a gold medal in ballroom dancing, and I used to teach it.
Oh no, I believe you. You were talking to me about that another night. We were talking. You blew my mind then. I never would have took you for a ballroom dancer, but closest thing I can do is the box step. So.
Oh yeah.
As long as it's slow, right? Yeah. Well, yeah, probably now. Yeah. Get going too fast, and I'll have to stop and take a nap.
Yeah. I used to be in the late 70s, a huge disco dancer. I was skinny as a rail, and I had that same jumpsuit that John Travolta wore. That white jumpsuit. And I had the open chest with a medallion. And every Friday and Saturday night, I was down at a place called the Suds Factory in Ypsilanti, Michigan. And did that for about 2 years. I get out of work or out of classes in college and everything, and head down there. And one night, I was up on stage, and the whole stage was surrounded by mirrors. And I was just doing one of those great spins that, they did in disco dancing. And I stopped in such a position that I could see myself in the mirror. And I looked at myself, and I haven't danced since. I told my wife, I'll slow dance, and that's about it.
Disco came in and went out almost as fast as it came in.
Yeah, it did. Well, over here, especially, there was a war against disco by the rock radio stations, and even the pop radio stations. There was a war against disco.
Yeah,
and they used to have the record burning get-togethers at the stadiums and stuff like that, burning disco records. And
yeah, imagine the snowflakes. How they would act now if they seen something like that.
Yeah.
Holy smokes, they'd have heart attacks.
Yeah.
You're killing the environment.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there's a lot of black smoke going up in the air.
I just seen just before I came here. I was searching YouTube. I was bored, and I had just seen a video, being promoted by YouTube. YouTube promotes a lot of fairy dust, and of vegans leaving roses for dead meat, for beef meat, because the cow gave its life for it. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Well, they don't realize a lot of them animals are bred to feed America.
Yeah, they're stock. They are stock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their purpose in life was to feed fat guys like me.
Mm-hmm.
And I love them for it.
There was just recently an interview with a lot of the stars in Hollywood who have been vegans for decades, and they stopped and they started eating meat, and they said they were amazed at how clear everything became. Their brains were in a fog for years.
Well, yeah, they didn't have enough protein.
Exactly. And see, that's the problem with a lot of the vegans and vegetarians. It's fine if you want to live that, but you still have to have that certain things, and protein's a big one of them. And they don't get a lot of protein. They don't do it right.
No, I mean, I get it. I mean, I understand that vegetables are good for you and whatnot, and you should have them in your diet. But you shouldn't totally, erase meat from your diet either. And
we're omnivores.
And on the flip side of that, I believe that too much meat can be bad for you too.
Exactly. Yep. Too much of anything can be bad for you.
That's right. That's right.
I'm perfectly fine with people if they want to be vegans or vegetarians. I'm perfectly fine with that, and God bless you. But don't tell me I'm doing wrong.
Right. That's like Coca-Cola saying,
I'm not criticizing you.
It's like Coca-Cola saying I'm too white.
No. Somebody posted something the other day, saying that Coke is now telling us we got to be less white. And years ago they were telling us we all ought to get together and sing in harmony.
Right. Yep. That's true. That's true. I mean,
whatever it takes to sell product. That's the bottom line.
Well, that's the thing. This was for they were putting that out for, I guess, in a what do you call it, a pinpoint production or something like that.
Yeah.
I forget what they call it, but
PowerPoint.
But yeah, PowerPoint production for their employees.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't supposed to be public, but cell phones.
Well, and why are they stupid enough to think they can keep it private when the White House can't keep anything private? Everything gets leaked out of there.
It gets leaked out of there on purpose, though.
Yeah, there's
midnight. Mike's I'd read and seen that it would take 5 times the arable land in the world to sustain everybody as a vegetarian.
Yeah.
Oh man. Not to mention, could you imagine the overrun of animals?
Oh, no kidding.
Because I mean, if we weren't killing them for food, they would overrun. They become uncontrollable. The uncontrolled populations.
Yeah.
Population control. It's just like the COVID.
Yeah.
Population control.
I like my meat. We got a new grill last week, and the first thing I grilled up was 3 steaks.
Heck yeah.
And the steak that I get, my wife's got a friend from her that raises cows, and we always get a cow off them every year. And it's all hormone-free, no additives or anything, no antibiotics. So it's about as organic as you can get in meat. And it's just wonderful.
Yeah, man. As long as there's meat in the world, like cows and deer and squirrels and heck, man. I mean, in a worst case scenario, a possum. Yeah, Dark ain't eating bugs.
Nothing wrong with possums. I've eaten a lot of them in my day, and raccoons.
Never had a possum. I've had coon. Coon's good.
Coon's good. Possum's good too. Possum. They ever had muskrat?
No, I've never had muskrat either.
Okay. Yeah. Downriver here, southern part of the Detroit River, there was a couple restaurants that used to serve it.
I've heard it's good, and I've heard possum's good. You know, I heard the only thing I heard about
that are best cooked in an iron skillet with onions.
Yeah, I heard that possum's a little greasy.
Yep. So that's why you want to do it in an iron skillet.
And another thing that's real greasy is beaver.
Now beaver I haven't had, but I wouldn't be surprised. A lot of those are in the same family. Groundhog is very good, and that's in the same family as the beaver.
Never had groundhog.
Don't let Hodgepodge hear you say that.
Yeah. Poor Harry'd be mad at me. Well, he couldn't be mad at me. I haven't ever ate no beaver, but rabbit. I've had rabbit, and I've had coon, and rabbit's good, but it's a very lean meat.
Yeah, rabbit is best in a stew.
Yeah, it always has been.
Yep.
Or add some fat to it. Cook it in some fat.
Mm-hmm.
Add some fat to it, you'll be all right. But
my grandfather always had a 3-pound can of coffee can full of bacon fat.
Oh yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
And everything got cooked in that.
Yeah. Only bad thing about animal fat is that after a while it'll go rancid.
Yeah. It never lasted long enough to go rancid though, because he used it so much.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, that used to be a treat in our house. Fat bread, we used to call it. Like spread the lard just on the bread like butter instead. Little dash of salt and pepper. Yummo. But it had to be the meat out, like the fat out and the juices out of the roasts,
Yeah.
I can remember my mom. She would every hunting season. They gather up all the tallow and whatnot from the fat off the deer and whatnot they caught, and she'd put it in a big pot and render it down for the fat for cooking.
Yeah.
Big old stew pot on a cast iron wood stove. Oh, the whole house would smell like it.
Yeah. Oh, I can just imagine that. I'm smelling it now. Down in the southern states, they love popcorn popped in bacon.
Yeah, bread and dripping, Mike. That's it. Very nice. What I didn't realise at the time was that they were that broke that that's all they had in the house, but it was a special treat for us.
Oh, well, there was a lot of things we ate as kids that it was because it was what we had.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we never thought nothing of it. It was just good eating.
Yeah.
That's right. And it's amazing. We used to eat a lot of offal there that they don't eat now. Like I love black puddings and tripe. I like tripe. And lamb's tongues or sheep's tongues or cow tongues, but you don't see them around the butchers much anymore.
No.
I tell you what, my uncle, he used to pickle cow tongue.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was the most tender, yummiest stuff you'd ever want to eat.
Oh yeah, they were fantastic.
I had an aunt who used to boil it down to make broth.
Yeah.
It's just
we're showing their age. Jay doesn't even know what we're talking about.
No, he still thinks you buy meat at the market.
And meat doesn't have legs or a head or anything. Oh,
No,
really?
it doesn't.
Why are you killing them animals? Why don't you just buy your meat at the market?
Yeah, that's right.
Meat has a
I've actually seen that. Believe it or not, I've seen that statement in a forum one day.
Yeah, I just shake my head when I see stuff like that. The world has really, really turned. I mean, a lot of the times, I mean, if I just sit back and watch some of the crazy stuff that goes on, if I did it all day, I could just sit back and shake my head all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike, quite true. There's actually a restaurant in Melbourne that went back to a lot of the old desserts, like, I don't know whether you have them in America, but bread and butter pudding and junket. And they're their highest sellers, funnily enough, as desserts.
I remember my mom used to buy all kinds of chicken wings. And I can remember asking her, why do you always buy all these chicken wings? You know, I love chicken wings. I wasn't mad about it, but she was like, well, because it's cheap. They're basically, you know, they were just throwing them away.
Yeah, they were 10 cents a pound when I was a kid.
Yeah, and they were considered.
We were poor, so
They were
using
considered
broths and stuff.
They were considered scrap meat or cutoffs.
Yeah,
and wasn't very valued by the butcher. You know, so
not these days. The mongrels charge a fortune for them.
yeah.
Or they cut the wing up and call it niblets and charge like $10 a kilo. It's like what?
Yeah.
You can thank the guys at the Anchor Bar in Buffalo, New York for that. They're the ones that created the whole wing craze.
Mongrels, let's burn the place down.
You know, oxtail makes a lovely soup.
Yes.
And
it does. Yeah.
Put it in a nice bean soup. Oh my!
I've got some sitting down in the freezer. Yep.
I've had pig choppers.
It's like also buko.
You know, when I was a kid, my dad he always ate all kinds of weird stuff, and God love him for it, because I tell you what, there was stuff that he got me to eat that I never would have ate. and one of his favorites was pickled pig's feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pig's trotters. My grandfather used to call them.
I never got myself to try. My grandfather would eat those like crazy, but he couldn't get me to do that one.
Yeah, try them.
And pig's tails too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Actually, I remember, my grandfather was a steel worker in Ecorse, Michigan. And, their bars, they're the typical dive bars. When you walk in, there's no lights on. It smells like stale beer. And they always had a big jar and all these bars of pickled pig's feet behind them. That and pickled eggs.
Yeah, he's aware of them all, Mike. All the cracks.
I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah, no worries, Jeff.
I'm saving my money, Robo. I'm saving enough to buy the Robo Carbide 5000.
Good on you.
No one is meant to know about that, Doc. Yeah.
Oh.
You let the cat out of the bag.
Ding dang it. I didn't know it was a secret.
Who gave Doc the link anyway? Bloody hell.
I don't know. I didn't think I was getting one tonight, to be honest.
We won't try so hard next time, I'll tell you.
Oh, you'd miss me if I wasn't here.
Yeah, we can admit that. Yep.
I meant to, man. I know you had one last night, man. I was going to come. I thought, nah, man, I'm going to go crash. I was so tired. By the time my premiere was over, I was glad it was over. And it was a short premiere.
You're late to your own funeral, weren't you?
Yeah, I'm always late to everything anyway, so.
Yeah.
Now, Dark's saying, what's that? Mike's saying, what's the crack underneath the bark there, Jay?
Do you mean this crack here? Hang on, I'll get it for you.
No, we saw that yesterday. That was enough.
That's what I said to Amber. I said they copped my plumber's crack twice yesterday.
He's talking about the one on this side of the camera that we're seeing that you don't see. It's on the other side of the wood. It's on the other side of the wood from you.
Where? I don't see it.
All right.
What crack are you talking about?
That one that's in front of you now.
The crack's no good for you, Doc.
I know. I tried not to do it. Especially if it flies off the lathe and hits you in the forehead.
I've seen them all, Mike. This is a piece of wood that I got from Robbo's house, and the day that I got back with it, I stabilized it. Well, I think I stabilized it enough, but I am putting more in it periodically.
You should have yourself a couple bottles of wood hardener, Jay.
Stop being the bloody safety police, will you, Mike? Come on.
Mike. Yeah, Mike.
I bet there's a couple of times there where Mike's turned some pretty dangerous stuff. Oh, yeah, that looks nice. That does.
I'm getting ready to. I've got a rough turned bowl made out of koa that I got in Hawaii. And when I got inside the blanket, it was all rotten on one side. So I've been letting that dry, and now all that rot is shrinking down. So I'm going to have a large area with a gaping hole in it, and I'm trying to figure out what I want, what color resin I want to put in it. I want to do something that's going to complement the koa.
So you're making a yarn bowl?
No, it's not a yarn bowl. It's going to be more like a fruit bowl is the shape. Sort of like.
Is there going to be someone there to catch the fruit when it falls out?
Well, if I fill up that hole properly, hopefully it won't fall out. But, I don't want to just, it might be structurally sound enough that I can turn it with that gaping section missing. But if it's not structurally sound enough, I'm not going to do that. I have to do some resin. I just want to make sure it's going to look really nice when it's done. So I'm kind of leaning towards bronze with maybe some brown mixed in with it, or some desert stone color.
Oh yeah.
I may have to mix up some different micas to come up with that. But
Jay, you need to make yourself a vacuum chamber.
Why? To stick you in it?
Huh?
Huh? Huh?
You need to make yourself a vacuum chamber. That way you can stabilize your own woods.
I've got a stabilizer. Amber's inside.
I ain't getting into that one, man.
Come on, don't be like that.
Oh no.
I picked up a glass pack vacuum chamber a couple years ago, pretty cheap.
I've seen a lot of people make them out of all kinds of stuff. I mean, but I guess the most popular one is refrigerator engines, motors.
Yeah.
And
that's pretty dangerous, though.
Probably the cheapest one I've seen made that actually works good is made with a pump for bleeding brake lines.
Yeah, that was my first vacuum pump.
Yeah,
I connected up to a mason jar and put the blanks in.
Yep.
I've got a Frugal vacuum pump now. I don't know if you've seen those advertised or not.
A what?
Frugal vacuum pump. Bob Elliott, or not Bob Elliott. Oh, Bob, I can't think of the guy's last name, up in Wisconsin. He gets the vacuum pumps out of retired medical oxygen machines. And he rebuilds them. And they're designed to run 24/7, 365 days a year. And,
nice, yeah.
So he was putting together vacuum pump systems for like $225.
Ain't too bad.
Yeah, so I got one, and I have it on the shelf next to my lathe where it's easy to plug it into the headstock, and it works really well.
You use it for vacuum chuck?
Use it for vacuum chuck and for stabilizing.
Oh yeah. See, I don't know enough to really argue about it, but I kind of want to think that you really don't need all that much pressure to stabilize wood. I think if you got at least 20 pounds worth of pressure in there, I think it would stabilize a piece of wood fairly nicely.
Yeah, I don't know. When I do my vacuum chucking and stabilizing, I'm measuring in inches mercury, and at this altitude or at this latitude from the sea or altitude from the sea, I can pull about 23 inches, and that's about 250 pounds per square inch.
Now I know why your wife loves you. You dirty dog. Oh my.
Mike's put in, I've got to make the 10 Segretti bowl that I designed a while ago. Been holding off on it because it takes up 2 of my blanks. You miserable bugger, Mike. Just get into it and do it.
Yeah, quit talking about it, right?
Yeah.
It's probably one of those projects he's had in the back of his head that he's wanted to do and put off because it's extra work. Yeah, we know how Mike works.
Yeah, he's got a strange brain, that's for sure.
Oh, man, I can't argue with him. I mean, I feel his pain because I'm supposed to be getting my shop set up. And I went out there the other day and I cleared a path. That was it.
Yeah. Sometimes that's the hardest task.
Yeah.
Robbo was at our club meeting Sunday, and I did the demo this time around. And I finally got into the shop today to clean it up for all the stuff I had around the lathe.
We recently moved, and when we moved, everything that was in my one shop went into this new shop and just lay down.
Yeah.
And this new shop is maybe a quarter of the size of the old one.
Mm.
So from one end to the other, it's just packed, and so I had to move one thing to be able to move another thing, and it was just like a puzzle almost for the most part. It took me about an hour just to clear a path.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna wait till a nice day where I can pull some stuff out and move it the right way. And there's some things I got to get rid of too.
Yeah. Well, we're finally getting some nice weather, so.
Yeah. We're definitely getting nice weather. That's for sure.
I've been sitting on the patio the last 2 nights.
I used to stabilize small pieces of wood using a Mighty Vac chainsaw testing hand pump and a mason jar. Huh. Yeah.
A Mighty Vac?
I've never heard of it.
I'm gonna Google it.
I've seen people, and I think it's one of the hardest ways to do the whole vacuum chamber thing, is when they make their own pumps from air compressors and they drill holes and everything else, because you had to like reverse it. So they drill holes in certain places to do it and whatnot. I thought to myself, that's an awful lot of work for something that might not last.
Right. The Mighty Vac is nothing more than a brake vacuum pump.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's the first thing I had, but I had a Harbor Freight version of it. It was cheaper.
Yeah. Well, why spend a lot?
It was like $6.95. This is $57.
Yeah, it wouldn't take much to make us. Like I said, I didn't think it would take much to stabilize small pieces of wood. I mean, even large pieces of wood, if you left them in there, long enough.
Well, you just need enough to pull the air out, so the liquid can get in. Yep.
Right.
And I think it would depend on the type of wood too.
Yeah. Dense wood would be harder.
Yeah.
But
if it's really dense, you may not have to stabilize it anyway. So.
Hardest part about wood turning and stabilizing wood blanks is getting a chamber big enough to put the blank in.
Yeah. I got a 3-gallon vacuum chamber. It's called Glass Pack. So the top on it, instead of being plexiglass, is actually glass. It's about 3/4 of an inch thick. And
Yeah, bulletproof
that's
glass.
so that the chemicals and stuff won't dissolve it.
Yeah, bulletproof glass.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or tempered glass, or.
Mm-hmm. So I got it from a company that was going out of business. They were liquidating their stock, so I got it for like $70, and
That's
going
nice.
for about 160. So
yeah, it's always nice when you get an expensive tool cheap.
yeah.
I'm waiting for Robo to go on vacation, and when he goes on vacation, I'm gonna get a bunch of tools cheap.
It's a long trip, though.
There wouldn't be nothing cheap about me getting his tools.
Yeah, it costs you more in the long run.
Heck, it might cost me more or cost me less just to buy them all.
Right.
By the time you figured going over there and then getting them and then shipping them back, holy smokes! Especially that one lathe.
You'd have to pinch the forklift to go with it, Dark.
Yeah.
That's not exactly carry-on baggage.
No. No. Might be cheaper just to fix wings to that one lathe and turn the headstock around and put a propeller on it. Yeah, I need an awful long cord though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really long.
Generator. Why are you sanding it? Why are you sanding it, Jay? You're just going to cut it all up anyway. just curious. I'd ask a stupid question. Guess he's smoothing it out so that the tools ride nicer. You know, the bevel rides nicer against the grain of the wood.
Hey, Dark, I thought that's all you did was ask stupid questions.
Hey, somebody's got to ask them.
Yeah, good point.
Besides, the only stupid question is the one that somebody doesn't ask.
Yeah, my teacher used to say that.
So I ask all kinds of questions. I've asked questions to people to a point they kicked me out of their live stream.
What'd you say? I didn't hear it. What?
I said.
Oh, is that what you said? Oh.
Yeah.
When you're... Then everything? Did you hear all of that?
Hey, Dark, I'm still going to get you that email I promised you.
Yeah, I looked for it. It wasn't there.
You know, and I was logging in tonight, and I opened up my tab or my pad. I'm going, oh my god! I totally forgot about it. I got so busy.
Nah.
So
Don't sweat it. Don't sweat it, brother.
I did go and see Doug at Pole Barn.
Yeah.
It'll be a fun trip. We can meet up there or something.
Yep. Bring some beer. Shoot some guns.
Don't let Doug try and milk his unicorns again, otherwise he'll break his hip again.
He don't have unicorns anymore. He sold his unicorns. Broke his hip. Broke his hip the day that just before he sold them. And said it was going to be his last ride, and I guess it was for a while.
That must have been before I started following him.
Unless you count the ride to the hospital. Oh, Doug's a good guy, man. He's for being a fairly bigger YouTuber, he's fairly down to earth. I like that a lot about him.
Very much so. Yeah, I've asked him countless questions, and he's always been really cool about it because I like his lathe. And at the time, I had just picked up a used DVR, Nova DVR XP, and so I asked him what he liked about it, and he was telling me the things that he thought was wrong with it. And
oh yeah,
but and I still shoot him questions, and he just responds and answers them, and I keep telling him I'm coming up your way someday, because he's about 2.5 hours from me.
But the only gripe I got about my little lathe is that it doesn't have enough room. Between the headstock and the blade lathe, it needs
Well, that's
maybe.
My one complaint is the Nova DVR XP only has about 19 inches in between centers. They say they have more, but it's only about 19 inches when you get down to it. And
well, that could be fixed with an extension.
Yeah, but you can't find them used. People don't let go of them. And to buy it new, the best price is $269, and I'm just not willing to do that.
Might be an idea to see if you can't find another used one that is just being sold for junk parts.
Well, that's what I've been trying to do. As a matter of fact, I've come across a couple different ones that were in estate sales, and they had the complete system. And I asked them if they would be interested in selling just the bed extension, and they said no, it's all or nothing.
Right. Yeah.
So then I'd be plugging down, $1,500 for a bed extension.
Yeah.
So.
But that wouldn't be bad though, $1,500 for a lathe and a bed extension.
Yeah.
That's actually not a bad deal at all.
Yeah.
I seen a sale on Craigslist here, and it was in I think oh God, not Holland, but Muskegon, and they were selling a Rikon, and it was a bench lathe. I didn't need a bench lathe. If I'm going to buy another bench lathe, I'd probably buy another Harbor Freight one. They're cheap and they work good, and I can't imagine they're any less better than the Rikons.
Yeah.
But it was a good deal, and if I would have needed a lathe, I would have jumped on it. They wanted $1,200 for it, but it came with the extension. It came with a bunch of tools. It came with all kinds of blanks and pen kits. It wasn't worth $1,200 just for the tools and the pen kits and the blanks. And if you already own a bench lathe, it really wasn't worth buying it for the lathe either.
Yeah.
But if you were just getting started and you wanted to get started, it would have been a great deal for a startup.
What kind of lathe was it?
A Rikon?
Rikon?
Am I pronouncing that right? Rikon?
Yep, Rikon. So that was probably a $490 lathe brand new.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably maybe even a little more if you went to Woodcraft.
Yeah. A lot more.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot more.
When I started out with a Penn State Industries turn tractor Pro, and which is basically the Chinese standard that everybody copies. Rikon's got their version of it. The Harbor Freight is the same as the turn tractor Pro. But that's how I got started. It was a great little lathe, and to this day, I kick myself for selling it, but I sold it so I could get myself a Nova 1624. And so there's a lot of good deals out there on lathes. Now I got my Nova DVR. It didn't have legs on it, but it had the outboard tool rest, and it had been upgraded to the Saturn Electronics, and I got it for $700.
Well, I think them outboard lathes, the ones the bedless lathes, they're basically made for bolt turning, and And I think that would be great if that's all you did was turn bowls, you know.
I've never used the outboard unit on it because I never turn the head. You know, not even for hollowing out. I know some people will turn 45 degrees for hollowing. I just don't do that. I'm used to having it right over the bedways.
I think it'd be awesome. It'd be awesome for you if you ever turn a bowl, you know, get a blank big enough that it won't fit over your, you know, between your center and your bed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you say you got what? What is it between your center point and your bed?
Well, it's supposed to be 16 inches. It's actually, the swing is 15 and a half.
Oh, that ain't too bad.
Yeah.
It probably is 16 inches to the lathe bed, but
Mm-hmm.
it's it's hard to get a blank that'll measure that, you know.
Right. Well, you know, I measured it out because I had a Grizzly 632 before I got the DVR, and it was a true 16-inch swing. But the Novas, for some reason, I don't know about the new Galaxy or the Orion, but the DVR and some of the older models, they were actually, the true measurement was 15 and a half inch swing.
Huh.
And they just advertise it as 16.
Maybe.
Which is not a big deal to me because I generally don't turn anything over 13 inches anyways.
Right. Well, mine's a 10 inch by 18. So, I mean, turning bowls on my lathe is like turning teacups, you know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've turned a couple bowls, but it's tough to find blanks unless I cut them down.
Right.
You know. So.
Well, I got a whole bunch of logs out back that are 16 inches in diameter. So, you know, I cut the blank out, then put it on the table saw and turn it down to about 4 feet. And then I can put it on the lathe and take it down from there. Oh, he's getting a nice shine on that.
Yeah. Gonna make one hell of a Plum Bob.
Wind or no wind.
That's right. Yeah.
I think we lost Robbo.
Oh, he went to get a cup of tea.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah, he'll be right back.
How you going, Dave?
Hi, Dave.
Last week he nodded off a little bit.
Robo?
Maybe it was a week before. I haven't been on for a couple weeks.
Yeah, I think his wife has changed his tea. I think it's decaffeinated now.
Uh-oh. That's no good.
That's what we used to call the twice used bags.
So I'm going to bed soon.
Now he's come back.
Sleepy time stuff. Yep.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff, man. The sleepy time teas.
Oh, this is a vodka gimlet.
Oh, that'll put you to sleep too.
Yeah, it'll work. It'll work. But sleepy time, yeah, I do love their chamomile tea. I used to work in IT before I retired. Yeah. You know what that was good for?
Sleeping.
2005, I had Legionnaire's disease. And that's the only thing that allowed me to get to sleep at night because I was coughing so badly.
Yeah.
That seemed to clear everything up enough. Yeah, I had the longest 7 weeks of my life.
Oh.
And it's because I didn't know what it was at first, so they were treating something totally different. And
I've been trying to beat off. Been trying to beat off a chest cold, so.
Yeah. So they finally sent me to a specialist who did more X-rays and tests, and he says, "Well, he says, I don't know if anybody's told you this or not, but you got Legionnaire's disease." I went, "What?" Because that's a death sentence, And he says, "No." He says, "You're in good health." He says, "So it's not as big a thing as you think it is or feel it is right now." He says, "It's nothing more than a fancy name for atypical pneumonia, and that means it sets low in your lungs. So I'm going to give you an antibiotic that'll take care of it in 7 days. And 5 days, I was feeling great." So
yeah. I think antibiotics, to a point, should be just like over the counter.
the problem is people then abuses them, and because they don't look at over the counter as serious medicine, and then they don't work.
Right.
So you're screwed then. My grandfather, who raised me, was, he was an old West Virginia Hills guy, and he did everything with herbal remedies. And when I was 18, I had pneumonia so bad that I was in the hospital, and they actually hung me
How you
upside
on,
down. Hello there.
What's going on? Are you warming up a little bit?
I already have tomato plants growing in the garden.
Nice.
Oh,
Hey, you got an early start.
Yeah, I've already harvested lettuce twice.
Where you at?
New Mexico.
Oh,
Hold on a second. What, Mom? Yeah. Mom says hi, guys.
Hi,
hello.
Mom.
Hi, Mom.
She's waving.
I'm Jeff up in Michigan.
Yeah, we're outnumbered now, Robbo. You muted yourself.
Oh, yeah, I know, yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, Joy. How are you? Sorry.
I'm good.
She don't
Yeah,
look
Jess
very
from
joyful.
Michigan.
She looks sleepy. Are you sleepy, darling?
Well, considering it's 9:30 at night.
Is it?
Yeah, I haven't
Oh.
had dinner yet, though. I just didn't feel like eating anything.
I've got 11:30.
Yeah, it's 11:30 here.
Yep.
Now
I
you're
got
back
2
east
p.m.
then.
These are all wrong. It's only 2 o'clock.
Yeah, generally when I speak with Robbo, it's 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
His time, not mine.
these meetings need to get into our time, I think. the Detroit meetings, I mean, you know.
I'd lose a big audience. You were there Sunday, weren't you, Jay? Oh, he's muted.
What's going on?
You were there Sunday, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I thought so.
I was going to come, but I was waiting for a link.
What's that?
I said I was going to come, but I was waiting for a link.
Oh, see, again, I apologize. That's my fault.
I'm just picking.
And the next one is a members only. So we have John Jordan coming to the club.
Yeah, I'm a paid member, so I figured I better get my lazy bum out of bed and attend.
What are dues on that?
For you, because you're out of the area, it would be $30 a year.
Oh, that ain't bad.
Which gets you access to everything except for, usually our tool raffles because, well, actually you're in Michigan, so that wouldn't be too bad. The guys overseas and stuff don't usually participate in the tool raffle because it just costs more to ship it over to them than it does.
Yeah, how rude is that, Dark, hey? God.
Hey, I'm in Michigan. I'm in Michigan, and they're still giving me a hard time about the tool raffle, man.
Well, you know what? There's no shipping involved. We'll meet halfway and get lunch.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking to me. Oh, come on, don't be like that. I'll meet you at Robbo's house.
Halfway, it's in the middle of the ocean, so that's kind of.
I could just
New
see.
Zealand.
I could just see Jay and Jeff in the middle of the ocean on a raft with a lathe tied to it, having tea.
That's where I want my robust.
As long as there's a lathe, right?
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Well, because it can double as a propeller.
Hey, that's a good point. I hadn't thought about that. Where do you plug
Yeah,
it
they
in
just need a solar powered generator and some wood.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the wood, driftwood. I'm sure there's plenty of driftwood in the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you can't necessarily turn driftwood.
You can until it blows on you.
I've never tried it, so.
I met a guy.
I think Zombie. I think Zombie would turn the Zombie wood turner. He turns driftwood. I think.
Well, I met a guy in Hawaii last year that had a lot of driftwood art that he turned, and he lets it dry completely. then he stabilizes it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you would have to some of it anyway.
And
You
he's
know,
got a
depending.
20-gallon vacuum chamber.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
That's big.
I bet you could make one out of a 55-gallon drum.
Well, you know, take a year's pay just to buy the cactus juice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could fit a person in that. I know a couple of people I could put in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't want to use cactus juice for that. You want to use some kind of an acid.
You know, this is
Depends
gonna
on
sound
your
really
objective.
weird, but every time y'all say cactus juice, I literally think of a glass with juice in it. Because we eat cactus around here.
That's just a drink down there. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, down around here, that's a drink.
Yeah.
So for the longest time, somebody would say cactus juice, and I'd be all like, what?
Hey, on the Flintstones, it was an alcoholic beverage.
Yeah. Yep. Well, we'll call it Stick Fast because Stick Fast has got their own version of it. It's the same chemical. I got a quote of that.
I just want to know where they came up with the idea of calling it cactus juice.
Because he's in Texas and he makes it there. So it's just a marketing thing.
Then I'm going to plead the fifth.
we need what we all wood turners need is we need an at home type of recipe for making epoxy.
For making epoxy?
Yeah.
Oh, that could be dangerous.
That would be great.
No, Dark, what we need is we just need our own country. Then everybody would understand everybody else.
Yeah. Well, I disagree. I think that there were people that would be not understanding stuff on purpose.
They're just being contrary.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Like Jay when he told me the links in the chat, Dark. It wasn't.
Excuse me a second.
He was
Well,
just telling me that.
We're trying to keep you out, Dark, but you got in anyway.
All he had to do is say, "We don't want your old ass in here." Is it? Oh, I was going to ask you, is it daytime where you're at, Joy? But I remember you saying. I remember you saying it was like 8 o'clock there.
9.
9?
Now 9:44.
I was going to ask you if it was daytime there. It's awful bright. You must have one heck of a light going on there.
You can't see the shadow? That's my phone. The light is behind it.
Okay.
Mom's got this humongous light because she does her crocheting over there, and she likes the bright light so she can see them.
Yeah, I understand that. I got one above my desk here too. It's way up, but usually it's like right here.
Yeah, I agree, Mike, that driftwood can be pretty hard because of the way the salt water sort of stabilises osmosis and all that. We turn a lot of bridge posts that have been in salt water or pier posts that have been in salt water, and man, they are as hard as a rock.
Yeah.
I don't know what lake it is, but one of our lakes here in Michigan does that. Petrifies the wood.
Probably Superior.
Must be a scary place, is it?
Oh, not really.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
very beautiful.
I used to be a scuba diver, and I dove all the Great Lakes here. And Superior was the scariest of all of them. It was the deepest. It was the coldest. I had to wear a dry suit rather than a wetsuit. And I still only good for 20 minutes because it was so cold. But that's where the famous Edmund Fitzgerald went down.
Yep.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah. And I actually, when Jacques Cousteau's crew came here to dive on it, they were looking for 2 Michigan divers to be part of their team. And I actually took the test to be on that, and I failed that test by 1 question. And couldn't be on I was so bummed out by that. But all things considered, it's probably good that I wasn't on it then because I probably would have died. Because the question was about breathing helium, and that's what they breathed when they were down there, breathing helium and oxygen. Because it's at 370 feet. and I would have lived for a week in a diving bell. But I dove over 150 shipwrecks around the Great Lakes.
Totally digressing off of what y'all are talking about. Is it just me, or does that crack in the wood look like it's getting bigger?
I think some of the filling's coming out. He's got it filled with shavings and CA glue, and I think some of it's coming out.
Yeah.
He's used so much CA glue on that piece of wood. He bought the owner of Starbond a new Maserati already.
Yeah, you probably should have bought the gallon bottle.
You know, just wouldn't spilling a gallon of CA glue across the floor create bloody? Wouldn't that be a mess? God almighty.
Well, just think about it. Probably the smoke and fumes too.
Oh, the fumes alone would kill you.
Yeah.
I have an epoxy painted floor in my shop, so once the CA hits that, I'm sure it goes right to fumes.
Yeah.
Oh, Robbo, that video from Sunday just finished rendering.
Oh, right.
10.5 hours.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here going, who's talking in my living room? It was me.
Oh, I just ask when I'm doing things like that. I go, "Oh, where am I now?" You know.
Yeah.
10.5 hours. Was that just for the render?
2 days.
10.5 hours just for the render?
What's that?
10.5 hours just to render it?
Yeah, 3-hour video.
A 3-hour video?
Yeah.
Holy smokes! Who do you go through for internet?
Sunday.
Wow, man, that's a long time to render.
It's a long time, yeah. It's also, you know, an older PC, and I'm using the free Windows Movie Maker. So.
Yeah, well, you know, you think that's funny, but but generally, I put out these sleep videos, so the short ones are 8 hours long.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure how old your computer is, and mine's not very new, but it does a fairly good job at it. But I use Windows Movie Maker to edit them.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't take as long as Sony.
Well, that's true. Yeah. I also have the old Windows Movie Maker, the one that came previous to Windows 10, and that took even longer. So this new one is actually an app on Windows 10, and I think it's called Movies and TV, if I remember right. But
yeah, it's quicker, Movie Maker for Windows 10.
This has been longer than most of them for some reason. But
I use 7.
Oh, see, I have Windows 10.
Oh, I got Windows 10 too, but I use Movie Maker. Windows Movie Maker 7.
Because they don't make it anymore.
Yeah, they don't make it no more, and they don't support it anymore. So if you get a bug with it, you can't get a fix. But
well, I've got another video editor that I'm learning right now that I'll probably start using, and it's a lot quicker. But
that's
just a lot to learn.
You know? Right. Yeah. Any new editor is.
And unfortunately,
Jay, that's end grain turning. You should be coming from the center out.
Yeah, and use your roughing gouge.
On the center out? You're trying to kill him?
Doc, do us a favor, will you?
But you don't use your roughing gouge to turn end grain?
That's better.
I was out here earlier talking about how much he loved his roughing gouge.
I like my roughing gouge, but it's on spindle work, not.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm just giving Jay.
I know you're just kidding. You're just stirring me, that's all. I'm used to it.
Night, Mike.
Yeah, see you later, Mike.
No, I see a lot of the UK people turners use a milliput, and that's like a type of epoxy, I imagine.
Yeah, actually, there's a lot of people over here using it now too.
Is there? Where do you
Yeah, you
find
can
that
get it
stuff?
at Lowe's or Home
Lowe's?
Depot.
Okay, all right.
You just don't get a lot of color choices with it. It's like white, gray, and black.
They make red and other stuff.
Yeah, I've
Oh, I
seen them
haven't
do it
seen
in
it.
blue and
Yeah, I haven't
maybe.
seen
They
it
don't
yet.
call it red. I think they call it terracotta.
Terracotta. Yeah, the darker
Yeah.
red. Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that would actually be a cool color.
Move. I think the dog uncovered my feet. Now I got ice cubes. Off the blanket hog.
And actually, Illuminate makes a putty now that you
Do
can.
they?
It's like Milliput, where you can form it around something and it creates a mold for pouring Illuminate into.
Well, closest thing to a epoxy putty I had seen was the JB Weld putty.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
that's some strong stuff.
I don't think I'm gonna try to turn JB Weld. I don't know. He might be able to do it fairly good, but
No, actually, I believe they stick actually metal shavings or filings or whatever it is in that stuff.
steel. Yeah,
It would definitely dull your tools.
Yeah,
yeah, like
that's like that murder bowl that Carl Jacobson made. It was all resin and metal shavings. He
I love that
probably
bowl. It
lost
was
an
so
inch of
pretty.
his gouge before he was done with that, just sharpening it.
I love that bowl. It was so pretty.
It was a really cool idea.
good one to wear safety glasses on.
Yeah. Well, he sliced up his fingers like crazy doing that too.
Oh, I bet. Just
Yeah.
from the chips.
Yeah. Yeah. I was talking to him about it when he did a demo for us a couple months ago. And I was talking to him about it beforehand. And he said, yes, it's something he's probably not going to do again. But,
Yeah. Well, I was amazed. I was amazed when I started seeing people using aluminum. The honeycombs.
yeah. Yeah. But aluminum turns real easy.
Oh, yeah, I imagine, especially that thin stuff.
Yeah. I've actually turned aluminum handles on my lathe for friends. And, you just sharpen more often than usual. And well, I've also...
Get yourself a Robbo Robertson pen turning kit. It comes with a long handle carbide.
If it's pen turning, it also includes the middle finger, right?
I just see the Robbo's weight.
I've actually got a tool that a friend made for me that actually has the tip of it is the carbide tip that's used in metal turning for cutting metal. And that works really well on aluminum. But I use it for removing bark from logs that the bark's not coming off easily. So I'll take that and I'll take the bark off first, and then I'll go to a roughing gouge.
No, I wonder. I have never tried it. I don't even know if I should try it. But I've often wondered how nice it would be to use one of those carbide cutters they use on the metal lathes for Halloween, to make a Halloween tool with. Because they got that one that's kind of long and it's got like a curve to it.
And a rounded tip?
It's got a little like triangular tip on it. Triangle tip. And it's for cutting metal. It's a regular carbide cutter, but it's for a metal lathe. The actual bar that holds it is for the precision cutter.
Well, you know, this tool that my friend made for me has a 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch carbide cutter that's a rounded edge. So it's almost like a fingernail with a very slight bevel on the bottom, like a scraper. And
yeah, I've seen them.
Like crazy, and that's what my Jameson Halloween rig came with. I just replaced it with a Hunter carbide hollower tip, and but yeah, they work great. They work great. You just got to take very light, gentle cuts with them because they will dig into the wood like nobody's business.
Can't remember who it was. Somebody here on YouTube. One of our group that here on YouTube had just got a cutter for Halloween, and it was a round like disc, but it was more like like a closed-in box wrench type of circle. It was just a circle.
Called a ring tool.
Yeah, ring
tool. Yeah,
that thing cut like nobody's business, man.
You
but
know, they're a really cool tool, but they do have a learning curve with them.
Yeah.
I used one a couple years ago. I played around with one that I won in a club raffle. Then I turned around and raffled it off again, but because I didn't use it that much. But it was a very interesting tool to work with. And they told me that it was very popular in Europe. I don't know if that's the case or not, but the biggest thing with them was sharpening them was very tricky without ruining them.
Right. Yeah.
So, but
I would imagine.
And then we have the Hoslick hook tool, which is sort of like the ring tool, but it's open.
Yeah, I've seen them, and them look very interesting. They look like a spoon carving knife.
Yeah,
for carving,
and they work better with end grain. They don't work so well with side grain.
Yeah, I would imagine.
We just raffled one off in the club 2 months ago. I had it. It came from the last president. He turned it over to me, and he never put it up for auction for whatever reason. And when we decided to bring the tool raffle back in our club, because we've been Zooming for a year, we just wanted to get some things back, and that's what I put up as the first item. And I just talked to the gentleman the other day that won it, and he said he's having a lot of fun with it. Because he does a lot of goblets and things, and he says it's really cut down the time on his goblet howling.
Oh yeah, I imagine.
It's a very fast tool, so you really got to have your control down. And this guy been turning for about 20 years, so I think he's the perfect person to have it. I wouldn't give it to a newbie.
Yeah.
Aren't the walls getting a tad thin?
Nah, you can still see them.
They're looking about a 1/2 inch to me.
Yeah, but don't forget he's got that big old crack down it.
Yeah, but if he's got it stabilized with CA enough, it should be okay.
Mm-hmm.
If not, we'll find out.
Yeah, it'll go boom. Now get in there like Rob CP. What is it, CP? Get in there like Rob CP, Jay, and put your light in there and turn all the other lights off. Douse the sun, and see if you can see through the walls yet.
No, you're thinking of Mark.
That thin.
No, I'm thinking of Rob CP.
Actually, that method goes back at least 50 years that I know of.
Oh, I wasn't saying the method was his. I was just saying that,
No, Mark did one the other
method goes
night.
back longer than 50 years.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's how they used to check eggs. Still do.
Yeah, still do.
Somebody's been cutting something that chopped up his finger. Hand, whatever. Try Band-Aids.
Band-Aids get in the way.
Better than an infection.
Well, this is true.
What are you looking at, Joy? Sorry.
The back of Jay's hand. He's had a lot of chips and stuff flying into his hand, and now it's got scratches and cuts all over it.
Oh, that's not from the lathe.
No, that's when I was at. I went and visited Robbo last week, Joy, in his. Yeah, and then he was helping me do something, and I got a couple of scratches. That's all.
So Robbo injured him.
Yeah, it's Robo's
Bravo,
fault.
it's your fault.
It's always my fault. Just ask my wife. She'll tell you.
Oh yeah, never their fault. They
How's
can
that
do no
crack
wrong.
now?
That's just me, mate, getting some tape.
Is it vibrating a lot?
Oh no, I'm just moving my camera. It's my sophisticated camera holder.
Oh, okay.
I used the same kind.
I thought you were going to take out the form.
No,
I've seen people do that when it vibrates too much.
I may do it later, but I don't think I need to do it yet.
Okay.
But what
Moving
you
the
need,
camera around so much, I'm feeling drunk.
what you need is one of those adjustable goosenecks, like for the off of a desk lamp or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then what you do is you get yourself a piece of pipe and mount that to something heavy, and then use some hose clamps that gooseneck onto that pipe.
Oh,
And that way you can move your camera all around. And
you lost me a couple of minutes ago. What were you talking about again?
well, it's obviously above your head, below your knees. So just keep doing what you're doing.
That'll be enough out of you, Doc. Thank you.
I seen a couple neat homemade camera mounts. I like Billy Burt's.
How you
Billy
going, John?
Yeah.
G'day, John.
Hi, John. Billy Burt has a really nice one, but it's a bit big for my shop.
It's most probably the length of my shop.
Yeah,
Tell you what, it's nice to see Billy back.
yeah, yeah. He ain't turning yet. He said he was in the shop the other day, but he ain't turning quite yet.
I haven't seen his latest video. I know it's an hour long.
Can you
Ah,
see that? See that there?
I didn't know he put a new one out.
Yeah, came out Friday or Saturday.
Huh. I missed it. I'm gonna have to go check and see if I'm
Yeah,
still.
it's like most all the people I follow put on Fridays and Saturdays.
Gonna have to go see what the hell happened because YouTube didn't tell me about it.
Oh, really?
See if I got unsubscribed or what happened, because that happens
Yeah.
occasionally. I'll get unsubscribed from people.
I love
The
Billy,
piff.
and boy, that just terrified me when he got that COVID really bad.
Oh,
him
yeah,
and his
that-
wife.
Really whooped them good
Yeah.
there for a little bit.
Yeah.
The piff in this has gone rotten.
Well,
That's
that's
what
why
that-
Stuart
that-
Freeney hasn't been around. He's had COVID.
Who?
Stuart Freeney.
I don't
He's out in
know.
the UK.
He colours a lot of his wood dark. You might not have seen him.
I muted you all so Jay could get a word in edgeways.
Yeah, thank you. I've been trying to say for the last couple of minutes that this part here is all rotted. That's the piff there.
Oh,
That's a hole that I made in the wood, but this is the piff. So
oh,
I knew the piff was off to the side a bit. I just didn't realise it was starting to rot and fall apart in there. So I'll keep going, but yeah, these cracks are getting worse. Definitely
Okay.
getting worse.
Don't they normally cut the piff out of blanks?
No, it's hard when you're using a whole log. You can't
I
do
was
it.
right. They are getting bigger.
I'm not sure about the bigger side of thing, but they're getting more. Definitely getting more.
I'd say something, but I would be sticking my foot in my mouth, and Dark would just have too much fun with it.
I'll be good.
Oh,
I promise I'll be good.
Yeah, right.
don't
You can
worry,
always
don't
tell
worry,
when something
Joy.
is getting bigger.
Don't worry, Joy. The thought crossed my mind too.
The woman can always tell when something is getting bigger. Dark, you promise to behave.
I am not touching that with a 10-foot pole. Hey, Jay. Billy posted, looks like an old demo he did for the Pen Turners, Midwest Pen Turners gathering. So it's probably an old video he posted.
Oh, maybe I did see that.
It was a demo he did. That's 3 days ago.
I don't know. I still had to check.
And he's looking a little thinner, and his beard is darker, so it's probably a really old video.
He's looking a lot thinner. That's how you judge how old the video is.
That's right.
I didn't say that, Doug. All right, just as a mental note to self. Wasn't me.
Some of these people I follow, I've only been following for about a year or so. So I started going back to some of their very first videos, and it's hysterical watching them. Nick Zametti was so stiff and staring at the camera and talking. Totally different from what he is now.
Yeah, he's quite a character now.
He is. He's a joy to watch. Well, it's like I said before. I've got friends who are not turners, but they watch him because they love him.
That's supposed to be I'm the opposite. That's why I don't watch him.
Who's that?
Nick Zametti.
Nick Zametti.
Oh yeah.
I'll be honest. I don't watch him that much either.
He plays it up for the camera a bit.
Yeah. That's why I don't watch him.
And see, I don't mind that. I don't mind a little entertainment. I'm an old entertainer, so.
Oh no, I don't mind that he's entertaining. It's not all that. It's just all the jump cuts and he does a lot of B-roll, and some of the B-roll he does is just too much.
Okay.
But he's a great turner.
Oh, yeah.
Funny guy.
I kind of look at it this way. He's got a TV show. I don't.
He's got a TV show. Good for him.
I'm a bit of an introvert myself, so every time I stick my neck out there, it's saying something.
Yeah, I tend to get myself into trouble too, Joy.
I'm an old entertainer, so I'm a bit of an extrovert myself. So
extrovert, introvert, no comment. Hating the fist.
Pervert. Oh,
just Bert, huh?
Robo's a pervert.
A professional pervert.
That didn't come out right, Doc.
Yeah,
No.
a pervert is a professional pervert.
That's right.
I think it came out exactly how he meant it.
Yeah. That's why they said it wrong for a minute.
Oh, that's all right. Robbo can kick him out anyway.
Hey, you gonna kick me out? He ain't gonna kick me out for being right.
Nobody might do it just to be ornery.
It takes a long time and a lot of skill to become a pervert.
Yes, it does. Don't you need a degree for that?
Yeah, you gotta go to the FU.
You have a degree from FU. Okay.
Right. Yeah. That's right. There's more I could say on that, but I'll just leave it alone.
You and I are both holding our tongues.
Sometimes it's better that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you doing, dog? That is get. What are you doing? Ow! Spoiled child.
That's what my wife calls me. Spoiled child. When are you going to grow up? I was like, it's kind of late for that now, ain't it?
Yeah. Never, never, never.
Yeah, I guess I can say I'm kind of a Peter Pan, I guess. I refuse to grow up.
The problem is what works up here doesn't always work down here. And I'm dealing with that right now. I had 2 days of yard work, and I just, my brain tells me I can do it, but every joint in my body hurts.
Oh yeah, I know that feeling.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to turn off my camera for a minute unless y'all want to look at my ceiling.
Okay.
Because I want to figure it.
Okay.
So be right back.
Okay.
I think the mic is still on.
It is.
It is.
Cool. Ow. These. Ow.
Yeah, the only one that ain't allowed to talk in here is Jay.
Yeah, he's kind of busy.
Yeah.
He's so noisy.
What the dog was doing earlier was letting me know she wants to go out.
They'll do
She's
that.
sitting over by the front door, giving me the evil eye.
I'm glad I don't have them issues anymore.
See, my dog,
I had a lovely dog, but for about 12 years, and then he got cancer, and we had to put him down. But
yeah, that was mine.
That was tough.
Yeah, that was mine. December 30th, I had to put him down.
Yeah. After that, I didn't want another dog.
Yeah, he was one. He wasn't vocal, but if he wanted something, he'd just stand there and stare at you. And you're supposed to figure out what that means.
Yep. My dog's the same way.
And I got to a point where I realized that the stare, it depended on the time of day it was, what he wanted. And,
yeah.
But, oh God.
Or where he was.
He had you well trained.
Or where he was standing. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a young couple live next door to us. They got a Labradoodle a few months back, and they're in the process of training them. And I says, "You've got the wrong attitude about this. They're going to train you."
Right. Them little dogs, man. I have a hard time. I don't. It's not that I hate the dogs. I don't. I think they're cute, and I think they're perfect for someone else.
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't handle them being so small. I'd be afraid I'd step on them and break them or something.
Yeah, I had a friend who used to have a Shih Tzu, and I was always afraid of stepping on her.
And that yapping.
Yeah.
That high pitched bark of theirs.
No, my last dog was a mid-size collie.
Mine was a Brendel boxer pit bull mix.
Mm.
He was a good dog.
My previous one, who we lost about 7 years ago, was actually it's longer than that, about 12 years ago. She was a golden retriever, and she was the epitome of a dumb blonde.
Hey, I resent that comment.
So, but she was the sweetest thing in the world. And then my dog before that, Max, we rescued him from the pound. He was the ugliest dog on the face of the earth, but I never met any animal more intelligent than him. He was more intelligent than most of the humans I know, and he thought he was a human. So he was an amazing dog, and he. I get reminded of his death every single year because he died the same morning at the exact same time that the Columbia shuttle broke up.
Mm.
Every single year I get reminded of that.
Geez, you're gone purple. It must be bloody cold down there, Joy.
Just outside.
It's mood lighting.
No, it's the yellow porch light my mother insists on having, which tells the camera funny stuff.
Yeah.
So it alters its color thing.
You need to tell her she needs a red light.
Does she have it to keep the bugs away?
No, it's some super energy efficient thing.
Oh.
Sorry, rude neighbors. It's some super energy efficient light bulb. It's literally, my mom never shuts it off. It stays on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Mm.
Oh, must have been all got an LED.
She has to change it about every 8 years.
Oh, wow.
Huh. Gotta,
Yeah, I've got
you gotta hook that up to one of those motion detector lights. Then
I've
you
got
only
one
have
that
to change it every 16 years.
Oh, Doc, shut up, will you?
Hey,
That's right,
look
Tom.
here, buddy. When I want some whip out of you, I'll come over and I'll rip the tape off your broken piece of wood there.
no, we've got an
Hey,
outside
Dark,
light.
you said you were in Michigan?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Oh, look at these clouds and the direction they're heading, and as cold as it is, you're getting ready for another cold front.
Yeah, it's coming in Thursday.
Gee, great. I'm so
Supposed to
excited.
bring rain with it though.
It's raining now here.
Oh, it is?
Well, it was anyway a few minutes ago. It's been raining on and off all day.
Yeah, we're supposed to have it hit about 5 a.m.
Well, hopefully it won't stay long.
It's only supposed to be a few hours. And then
Good.
Friday we get the big rain.
Jay, use your round scraper down in there. The disc type scraper.
Yeah, use your carbide.
I'm still digging the hole out.
Ah, rightio, sorry. Well, yeah, I can use that. You can use it for that too.
I've only got about halfway down.
Oh. Yeah, well, you're probably getting to the depth now where you can't use a gouge to get it in anyway because you can't get the bevel angle correct.
You know, if you push your banjo in more and back a little bit and stick your tool rest inside that, you'll be able to control that tool a little bit better too.
Mm-hmm. Now this is where I like my round tool rest in a situation like this.
Yeah, I was looking at them robust curved tool rests at Woodcraft.
Yeah.
Do you know that I've never ever used? No, I tell a lie. I have used a curved tool rest once, and it sits in the back corner. That was 35 years ago. I've never used one since.
I've never used a curved one myself, just because I can't afford to go out and buy another tool rest. But I've got the round bar tool rest, and it was a little challenging to get used to using it. I was getting a lot of catches, but once I got the feel for it, it was okay, and I like it for getting into deep things like this.
Geez, Joy, do you live on a drag strip?
No, close to it though. Just a lot of inconsiderate people.
They're noisier than Jay's neighbours.
I thought that was Jay carving that wood out.
Nope. Just very inconsiderate people. Let's see.
Oh no, that's not inconsiderate. What's inconsiderate is when you get them people with the boom boom music.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Tell me about it. Oh God.
Or mongrels that play opera music dark.
No, I can handle that. I mean, I'm talking about the people, 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and they got music playing out of their car that rattles your damn house windows.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. This is the street.
Wait on. Just hold on a second, Joy.
Oh, yeah.
That's the main highway.
No, the highway is 2 lights up.
You got your hand or something in the way. Right.
It looks like a nice road for drag racing.
Oh yeah, they do it all the time, especially considering this college is only like a mile that way.
Oh, there's the problem.
College students are always coming through here.
Yep.
So come on, be honest, Joy. You're one of the flag girls, aren't you?
No.
Yeah. I could see you just all dressed up in a little hanky.
Not at my age.
Oh, come
My
on, have an open
grandchildren would run
mind.
and hide.
It ain't about them, honey.
My grandchildren would run and hide.
Mom, get grandma off the street. She's out there drag racing again.
Now, that might happen, but I definitely wouldn't be a flag girl.
Oh, come on now.
Oh, look, a tree with leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think our trees have
Actually, they're
leaves
not
already,
leaves;
too.
they're mulberry blossoms.
I think our trees have leaves already, I think. Some of them, most of them.
I don't have any leaves. I got buds.
Do you?
Yeah, allergies are real bad right now.
Yeah, my wife's suffering from it too.
Yeah, I get shots every month for them, but it's this time of year for about a 3-week period. It's rough.
And then
I think I got a
I don't know
small
if y'all
case of them
can see that,
myself.
but that's the tomato plants.
Well,
Never
he's
used
using a
to
scraper.
have allergies, but as you get older, I guess things change.
Yeah, everything changes when you get older, and not necessarily for the better.
What are you doing? Quit pulling.
I don't know. In my case, it did. I get it. I believe it or not, I get in less trouble now.
Okay, you can turn the camera back to the way it was.
Mhm.
At least it's still not getting below freezing.
Yeah,
Might knock it on the head for the day, I think.
Come on, Jay. They don't look nothing like a Plum Bob.
The wind might change, Dark. That used to be my mother's favourite saying when you pull the face. You be careful or the wind might change.
Yeah,
My grandmother always used to tell me it would stay like that.
yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's what the wind might change meant.
Been watching that fly in Jay's shop.
I was gonna turn the lathe on and send him for a shoot and fly, but I better not. He might get angry.
Hey Jay, you ever been to Texas?
Nah.
They
Hey,
got
Jay.
flies down there that are the size of the end of your thumb that bite. They mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got them. We got them too. March flies, they're called here.
March flies or horse flies.
Yeah.
Yeah, we call them horse flies too, but these ones are they bite.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
they're nasty.
Well, you know,
Ain't
Texas, in
they got
Texas, everything's
flies.
big.
In Australia, they got flies that'll come and carry you away.
No, they're the mosquitoes.
Oh, that was the one.
And
And
when next summer comes around, I'll go gather up a couple of the blowflies around here. They're about, and I'm not joking you either. They're about that big. They make one of those horse flies look like a little tiny baby fly. They breed them on roids around here.
Well, you guys got all kinds of nasty big bugs down there.
Yeah. Yeah. They
Don't
got
call me a nasty big bug.
what's the name of that big ass spider you got there?
Huntsman.
Huntsman, yeah, he's
Huntsman.
a big cuss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the friendly one.
Yeah.
It's the wolf spider and the funnel web is the one you really
The
don't want
red
to
back and the red back.
Yeah.
Well, we have wolf spiders here, but they're only about that long.
Yeah, they're just little.
No.
And a funnel web, they build a little tunnel tube in the ground and then have a flap ready to catch that.
Yep.
Birds, they'll eat birds and shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got
Well,
wolf spiders around here. They're about the size of a quarter,
Yeah, they're little.
about an inch and a half across.
Yep. Not very appropriately named, was it? Doesn't look nothing like a wolf.
Well, I don't know about you, but our wolf spiders around here jump. They don't build tunnel webs.
Well,
Not that we
ours
don't have,
tunnel webs, but
you know,
they do
funnel
jump.
web spiders too, but
my house is is surrounded by them because I have some woods around me, and I've never had any problems with them. I just I do home defense around my house, and that takes care of them for the season. But if I don't, yeah, I've got all along my brickwork and everything. I got these little funnels where the spiders are sitting back in them, waiting to pounce on an insect.
You got enough there. You got enough there. Might be good eating.
Yeah,
I think the freakiest.
I did.
Good.
I think the freakiest.
I didn't. No, go ahead.
I think the freakiest spider we have here in Michigan is the garden spider. And that's only because they get so damn big.
Oh yeah, they look evil.
Yeah, and they're bright colored. Normally in nature, you find something bright colored, it means it's poisonous.
Mm-hmm.
Leave it alone. But no, they're not poisonous. They're good. They're actually good spiders to have around, but they're huge.
They're scary.
Yeah,
we used to play with them when we were kids.
We
I
don't
think
get
the
nothing.
freakiest arachnid we have around here is the whip spider, which really isn't a spider. It's a member of the scorpion family, but they're all arachnids.
Yeah.
Gee, that's a big word, Joy. Arachnids.
There, I'm no longer purple. And my battery is
There you
dying,
go.
so hold on.
I should use that excuse more. My battery's dying. Hold on.
Not giving
Do you
you
want a
any
sandwich?
more.
Okay, hold on.
Not giving you any more pleasure, is it, Dark, when the battery dies?
No.
There's a bit of a purple streak going through it there.
There is kind of a
Yeah.
purple streak. Yeah.
And then
That's
up,
nice.
up the top here too. It comes right up to here.
I wonder if that'll stay.
Hopefully.
That's one hell of a funnel you got there.
It's not a funnel yet.
It will be once he takes all that rot out of the bottom.
You just
Get
got
some
to use
CA into it, it'll be right.
No, I shut my camera off because between the camera, the microphone, and
I know,
sending
I
this
know.
out over the internet, it was eating my battery hard.
No, that's fine, love. I was just giving you a hard time.
No comment.
Eh.
All right. I'm gonna can it now. Thank you,
Okay.
everyone, for coming in.
Bye-bye,
Appreciate it.
everybody.
Dark,
Bye-bye.
I promise you an email, okay?
Yeah, all right. I'll look
Oh,
for it.
I'll hassle
I'll-
him out, right, Dark? I'll send him a message tomorrow and ask him if he sent it already.
And I'll see you on Sunday morning, Jeff. I think it is,
No.
isn't it?
Saturday.
Yeah, it's Saturday for you, Sunday morning for me.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll see you in the future.
Yes.
They're already
Thanks
in
for-
the future.
Okay. Everybody take
Thanks
care.
for coming in. Take it easy.
We'll see you all next week.